The daily proceedings of the winter session of Indian Parliament will resume with the listing of important bills. The upper house of Parliament is to take up Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 for consideration and passage. The lower house of Lok Sabha will take Railways Amendment Bill 2024 and Disaster Management Amendment Bill 2024 for consideration and passage. Our correspondent Anil Thomas joins us with more. Anil, we see the legislative business that is to be listed today, but then a lot depends on the opposition and how it lets the House function. Tell us, what do we expect for the Parliament for the winter session today?
Well, good morning, Preeti. Well, not much of headway, especially when it comes to transaction of business likely to take place today too. But it's a bright morning. And we should hope that things look up, especially in Parliament. There's been that Adani Soros back and forth argument that's been on between the Treasury benches and the opposition, and it continues. So there is no headway that is being made, and with the no confidence motion moved against the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, things are getting murkier there. We'll have to wait and watch how things play out today, but it's unlikely. The last 2 days business has been pending both in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and since there is no clear direction that's coming from either ways, from the government as well as the opposition, things could get murkier there on the floor of the House. And we could expect that another day of ruckus and pandemonium there. But it's a morning that we all hope when we land up in Parliament that there are deliberations, there are discussions, bills are passed, and one should look forward to that. Especially in the Lok Sabha, things look a bit different. But if there is huge ruckus there in the Rajya Sabha, you'll almost see a cascading effect there on the Lok Sabha too, and that's where things have gone wrong, especially in this winter session of Parliament. If one is disrupted, the other starts out smoothly, but very soon faces the hiccup of a cascading effect coming there on the other house, and no business being transacted.
Yes, Anil, now we see that disruption and ruckus do have cascading effects, but then winter session will soon come to a close. Help us understand till now how significant has been the winter session. For the benefit of our viewers, get us a quick gist of the legislative business that has been conducted in the winter session so far.
Well, if a session of Parliament is divided into 4 weeks, we are in the penultimate week. That's the third week of Parliament that's taking place. Towards the weekend, Friday and Saturday, we've got a discussion on constitution that the government has agreed. So we could see some, light or some headway there, especially when it comes to the business there being transacted, or the discussions and deliberations there, especially on the constitution taking place in the right spirit, both from the Treasury as well as the opposition benches. Looking ahead, but looking back, yes, week 2 of this particular Parliament session was a bit of normalcy between the two, the opposition as well as the government. We saw business transaction take place both in the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. You had the oil fields bill that the Union Petroleum Minister had launched, that was passed in the Rajya Sabha. You had the Banking Amendment Bill that was presented in the Lok Sabha, which was by Nirmala Sitharaman, that was passed, and now that bill is looking for a Lok Sabha clearance. But the logjam especially that has taken place has actually overshadowed everything that's taken place in Parliament. When you have week 1 that was purely wiped out due to this ruckus that was created. Week 2, things looked normalizing, but week 3, things are getting out of hand. But the chairman yesterday did urge both the leader of opposition as well as the leader of Rajya Sabha to come to his chamber for a discussion, and this has been time and effort being taken by the chairman to see that business can be transacted. But with the way things stand both inside and outside Parliament, I think there is too much on the table.
Yes.
And not ready to give an edge to the other, and that's where things are not making headway, and we see if we move 2 steps forward, we book 3 steps behind.
All right, Anil, so we'll have to see how the day ahead pans out. Thank you so much for joining in with those details.